Abheudaya has clinched the post of leader of the parliamentary party in the election results declared just a while ago. Political analysts have termed the contest of two generations a significant development, citing that winning or losing is irrelevant as long as it sends a strong message of change in the largest party at the House of Representatives. Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Prime Minister Abheudaya clinches the post of Nepali Congress Parliamentary Party leader. Deuba garners 64 votes to Gagan Thapa's 25. A number of cases of banking fraud come to the light due to the inability to control the misuse of mobile SIM cards and other personal documents, including citizenship certificates. The Taliban announces the closure of universities to women in Afghanistan, depressing scenario for women education as girls already excluded from most secondary schools. And Argentina bask in the glory of World Cup victory. Enthusiastic fans bring the parade to a standstill, forcing players to get on a helicopter to keep on with the celebrations. Nepali Congress Party President Abheudaya has clinched the position of parliamentary party leader in the voting results declared just a while ago. Earlier, despite the fact that voting was supposed to begin at 8 a.m. today at the parliamentary party's office in Singhadarbar, there was a slight delay due to a disagreement over whether or not mobile phones should be allowed in the voting booth. Eventually, voting began with an agreement not to allow mobile phones. The parliamentary party's office security was beefed up during the voting process. Journalists were barred from entering the voting venue. The Congress Parliamentary Party was contested by Party President Abheudaya and General Secretary Gagan Thapa. On Tuesday, 76-year-old Deuba and 46-year-old Thapa filed their candidacy together at the Parliamentary Party's office in Singhadarbar. Meanwhile, Ramchandra Paudel, a senior leader who has long advocated for leadership change, had dropped the issue and is now a supporter of Deuba. The latest results mean that the door has been opened for Nepali Congress Parliamentary Party leader Abheudaya to become the country's prime minister for the 6th time. CPN-UML, the party which was reduced to the second place in the parliament after the election of the House of Representatives and provincial assemblies, is making effort to form the new government under its own leadership. CPN-UML is strategizing to reap benefits from the lack of collaboration for power share in the ruling coalition. Members of the party are in fear of being out of power even in the provinces for the next 5 years if the coalition forms the federal government. In such a situation, it will not be easy for CPN-UML to form the new government. In addition to being reduced to the second party in the parliament from the November 20 elections, CPN-UML is also facing a situation where it may be out of provincial governments. However, the party continues to have the aspiration of holding top posts by forming new political equations by creating a rift among the parties of the ruling coalition. Their efforts to win the confidence of fringe parties and gain support of parties in the ruling coalition have not produced any results favorable for the party so far. CPN-UML does not have a singular majority in any province. Despite emerging as the first party in Province 1, Gandaki Province and Lumini Province, CPN-UML will require the support of other parties to form their governments in these provinces. Therefore, CPN-UML is aiming to break the ruling coalition and form a new political equation to lead both the federal and provincial governments. Having entered parliamentary politics after a decade-long armed struggle, CPN Maoist Centre now holds the status of the third party at the House of Representatives. However, despite being reduced to third position, CPN Maoist Centre has been claiming the leadership of the government. At a time when the first and second parties at the parliament, Nepali Congress and CPN-UML, are making efforts to form the new government under their leadership, even CPN Maoist Centre has expressed such aspiration. Despite losing parliamentary presence ever since entering mainstream politics, CPN Maoist Centre is almost the deciding factor at the lower house. Reaping benefits from such a position, party chair Pushpa Kamal Dahal has expressed his aspiration to lead the government. CPN Maoist Centre chairperson Dahal has served as the Prime Minister on 2 occasions. Becoming the largest party from the first Constituent Assembly election, CPN Maoist Center, with the support of CPN UML and Madhesi parties, had elected Dahal as the Prime Minister. CPN Maoist Center then had the opportunity of leading the government after finishing third from the second Constituent Assembly election with the support of Nepali Congress and Madhesi parties. Despite forming an alliance with CPN UML in the 2015 election, Dahal could not realize his aspiration of becoming the Prime Minister again. The party had collaborated with the ruling coalition, including Nepali Congress, in the November 20 elections and were third in the parliament. The ruling coalition, however, does not have a clear majority at the House. In such a situation, Dahal is assessing equations to become the Prime Minister yet again. Dahal is considering becoming the Prime Minister with the backing of the coalition as far as possible. If that equation does not work out, Dahal is also considering generating support from CPN UML, CPN Unified Socialist and other fringe parties. In such complex situation of permutations and combinations, it remains to be seen if Dahal's aspiration of becoming the Prime Minister for the third time materializes anytime soon. A number of cases of banking fraud have come to the light due to the inability to control the misuse of mobile SIM cards and other personal documents. A youngster last week complained at the Valley Crime Division office when he found that 650,000 rupees was missing from his bank account. Since every transaction detail is informed by the bank messaging app, it was surprising that he didn't receive any such message. As police investigation started into the case, it was revealed that the victim had sent his mobile number and documents of citizenship certificate alongside a copy of his passport to a Canada-based company that had advertised about a job opportunity. The documents and information were more than enough, as the swindlers used the documents to take out another SIM under the name of the victim. On the basis of the new SIM, the offender had no difficulty in taking out 650,000 rupees from the account without the notice of the victim. This is just a representative case, as a number of cases and complaints have been lodged at the crime division. Very recently, an individual was arrested on betting charges during the FIFA World Cup, as it came to the light that the culprit had took out as many as 94 mobile SIMs. The scenario only indicates how mobile phones have been misused with the advance in technology to harbor crimes. Almost 3 years of the coronavirus pandemic and Russia-Ukraine war, which has been ongoing for 10 months, have resulted in global economic crisis. With drop in purchasing power of consumers and reduction in demand of industrial production, employers are laying off their employees. Standing no exception to the scenario, most economic indicators have witnessed a drop in Nepal as well, while economists are projecting signals of inflation and economic crisis in the country. Reduction in demand of products and services are signs of inflation and economic crisis. This results in reduction of production and laying off of employees. This situation is already being witnessed in Nepal. Many sectors are cutting jobs. Vice President of the Federation of Nepali Chamber of Commerce and Industries, Shrestha, has sent his workers on a 15-day leave without pay, while former President of Nepal Advertisement Association, Rabindra Kumar Rijal, has already laid off 50 employees. Other industrialists and business persons have said that sustaining their employees would be a major challenge if the situation persists any further. According to the Nepal Advertising Agency Association, advertisements have reduced by 60% in mass media, while more than 3 billion rupees is yet to be received from the market. Industrial production has reduced by 70%, and the real estate sector has witnessed a drop of 90%. The automobile industry is almost at a standstill, while demand of daily consumable goods has also reduced by 70 to 80%. Despite some improvement in the tourism sector, cafes and restaurants are yet to revive, while footfalls at the supermarkets is also reducing. Economists have said that the current situation should not be considered as prime inflation and economic crisis, but just the beginning of them. Prior to this, inflation and economic crisis was seen in 2008 because of the crash of the real estate sector. World Bank, International Monetary Fund, and the World Economic Forum, among other organizations, have said that inflation and global economic crisis are to reach their prime in 2023. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What should be done to include all workers in the Social Security program? Your options are A, make it mandatory, B, educate and aware the workers, and C, effective monitoring. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Khula Manch, or the Open Theatre of Kathmandu, is currently shut for the public use. Khula Manch was turned into a makeshift bus station for 6 years as an 11-storied view tower is under construction at the old bus park. 2 years have gone by since the bus station was removed from the Khula Manch. However, neither a bus park has been made in the space nor has Khula Manch been opened for the public. Instead of correcting past mistakes, Kathmandu Mayor Balendra Shah, who had won the election with the agenda of conserving open spaces of the Kathmandu metropolis, has announced of building a multi-storied underground parking in the Khula Manch premises. It has only been 8 months since Balendra Shah shouldered the responsibility of the Kathmandu mayor. However, Shah has been severely criticized in this short period of time. From the 10th executive meeting of the Kathmandu metropolis, Shah has endorsed the plan of constructing triple basement parking and water storage pit in Khula Manch. However, pressure has mounted on Mayor Shah to hold transparent discussions regarding construction of the 3-story parking facility. Despite the endorsement of the basement parking in Khula Manch from the executive meeting, a few ward chairpersons have expressed their disagreement with the project. They have alleged Mayor Shah of endorsing the plan without holding discussions with the wards. Based on the legal provisions, discussions must be held with the related local wards before deciding on any construction of infrastructures. Shah is facing sharp criticisms after works for the detailed project report of the basement parking at Khula Manch came out unexpectedly. Gates of Khula Manch have been locked for quite a long time now. With debates about construction of a parking facility in Khula Manch now intensifying, the Kathmandu Metropolitan City has ignored the terminal parking which is under construction in the View Tower. The open space at Khula Manch is also a significant witness to major political and social transformations of the country. It is the responsibility of the local government to conserve such public spaces and has been provisioned in the Local Government Operation Act as well. However, Mayor Shah's attempt of formulating projects without adequate need assessment and discussions with the stakeholders has not been taken in good esteem. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.